hi Marco. Welcome to Enlightening the Youth. We're so excited to host you here. Welcome and feel free. Well, so before we get deep into our conversation, can you please tell us more about yourself?
Hi, Portia. Thank you so much for having me today. Looking forward to having a great interview with you. Thank you. So, my competitor is a name, and I'm a lady aged 19 who has an extreme passion in writing and inspiring people to achieve their desired goals. Before you, let me say, the voice you're listening to is a youth advocate who engages with various organizations for different youth-related campaigns, in particular, the welfare of young men and women. I'm an author of 2 anthologies, the first being Prophet's Feelings and the other Spoken Random Thoughts. In these books, I touch on contemporary issues, motivation, Christian fever, love, and humor. I draw my inspiration from art, experiences, nature, observations. I've earned nominations and various accolades from different organizations, which are That is Destined for Purpose 2020, Beyond Today 2021, Ignite Youth People's Choice Awards 2022. Nominations are Trendsetting Youth Awards and Young Africa's Achievers Awards. I've worked with organizations such as Active Mindsets, The Street Kitchen, Thomas Cherry Drive.
And do you think it's proper for us to call you Ama2k Generation? Is it fair for you guys? Because everyone is just addressing you as Ama2k, Ama2k, Ama2k. Everywhere is Ama2k. So do you think it's proper for us to call you Ama2k Generation, Ama2k?
There isn't even a problem calling me Ama2k because I am part of Ama2k. I was born in the year 2003 and I'm proud to be one of the Ama2ks. Like people just make us seem so extreme mainly because there's just now social media these days. If there wasn't social media, we wouldn't be knowing about all these cases that is rising. Otherwise, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything's been happening since I don't know, but just that we have something that's putting all this stuff on the surface. Otherwise, I'm a proud Ama2k. I am a very, very proud Ama2k. I was born in the year 2003, so there's no way I am going to say I'm a 90s kid. I'm not a 90s kid, I'm a 2003 kid, and I'm grateful for that. And as I get to live, I am here setting an example for other teenagers, for other kids that are growing up. I'm really proud of Ama2k that many of them are doing great. They are trying to achieve something. They are trying to live their lives. They're even stronger because we're living in tough times, honestly. Maybe even when we speak about the past, you hear people of the past saying, Marie, we had a lot of things. We could even not find any way to spend money because we had a lot of money. But now we are really struggling and we are really trying to find our way out. So I'm really proud of those Ama2k who are even trying to fight out themselves of this poverty and all.
And let's get more into what you do and your passion for writing. When did you discover your talent and how was the journey for you? How is the journey so far?
I used to like modeling a lot. But my mom was like, no, you can't do modeling because of its history background. Sometimes, what people say about modeling. But it's not that it's not like what people say it is. So it was really hard for me getting that dream shattered because I really love modeling. So I wrote about each and every thing in my diary every day, which made me now look back and say that I've been writing for years. So as an introvert, I made sure that I write each and everything. So writing became my best friend, and writing was one of my talents. Whatever that I would do, I'll just include writing. Whether I'm texting, I'm sending a letter to someone, I make sure I I'm gifting someone, there's something written there. Or maybe I should just say my strength is in writing. So as of now, my writing journey is really great. I am also learning how to upgrade it through going for events, mixing, learning in different groups. I'm learning how to write to expand more than who I was before. It's really a great journey for me now. I enjoy writing. I do not sweat to write. I just love it. It runs in my blood.
And I'm really proud of you. Like the first time that I saw you, like I was like, wow, this girl, like, wow, you know. So, and I'm also challenged by everything that you are doing. So, what are the challenges that you faced as the writer and also as Ama2k from family and also from the society? Do they stereotype or what exactly, and how did you overcome that? Because you know, like everyone, they just say this generation Ama2k, they are like this, they are like that, and stuff like that. But they also forget that in this generation, yeah, Ama2k, we also have the Ama2k who are doing great. So can you please talk about that as well?
Oh, thank you so much. Um, there are quite a number of challenges that I face as a writer, and as well as in AMA 2000. Um, from family, it's not that much. I have my brother, my mom support me, and they do not stereotype. But you know that the saying that like many people say, I'm a 2K, I'm a 2K, it's quite boring. It's not really that affecting, but it irritates me. And the challenges that I face from society is that sometimes I do market my book, Auntie. So then you have somebody like ordering that book, they see they want it. Most probably it's men, like old men, not even young men. Old men, they request to have that book. And then when they request, I'll be like, okay. So I do meet up in like public spaces. And then you get to know when you meet that person that this person didn't want to buy my book. I don't know what else they wanted from me. Afterwards, you see, he doesn't want to buy the book. He's telling you stories and stuff like that. So those are one of the challenges that I face. And as a writer, now I don't face the challenge anymore. But I used to face the challenge of not having a laptop to type my stuff. But now it's all figured out. And some of the people they are even allowed. People are allowed to say whatever they want. I once had a teacher who told me that, and like I don't read stuff that's written by a young person, which was still okay. I understand. I don't know how, but I do. So you have like people speaking down on you, doing whatever they want to do. Yeah, they've got this freedom of speech, which is still fine. Okay, so people, like I was saying, they're allowed to have the picture that they want to have, to say whatever they want to do. That shouldn't even bother me at all. They're gonna say rowdy behavior, Ama2k, where I don't care because I have my own life to take care of. I can't play the blame game because people were saying that, so I couldn't do that. No, I need to fulfill my dreams. I need to fulfill my goals that I have. So the way I just tackle these challenges, I know what I want. So once I know what I want, whoever's gonna come and say whatever they say is actually none of my business because I know where I'm going and I know what I want. I'll never be what they want. I can never be everybody's cup of tea. I am just going to make my own way. I'm preparing my own way that I can travel. I'm trying to smoothen the road. So it's not for them to walk, it's my own path. So yeah, I'm living to inspire people. So once I listen to those people who are saying, yeah, what you work, what, then I'll go nowhere. I need to look up to where I need to go, and not be very attentive to people, because people are just going to speak and say what they want, and it's allowed. Definitely, it's not the fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but they put all all the eggs in one basket. I don't know. I'm really sorry about that for them, because we're not the same. We're so different. It's just like how they are. We can't put them all in one basket, because we know there have been people of the 90s, 80s who now who were rowdy, who had an eroded behavior. But basically, if they put us in one basket, then that's their own fish to fry. I don't know. I can never change someone's mind, but I need to focus on me, focus on my future.
How did you become so focused in not being able not to be consumed by fame, by pressure also? In fact, how do you handle pressure? How do you deal with peer pressure from people of your own age? Um, and also, how do you deal with pressure from social media? Because I understand that you are still a teenager, you're 19, and yet you are doing a lot of things, right? So how do you manage to do all these things and not being able to be consumed by peer pressure, by social media peer pressure as a teenager?
I think our roots matter, where we come from. I have my mom always telling me that I should be humble, and there's really no need for me to be so loud. I find no reason for me to be so loud. I would not be consumed by fame, mainly because that's not what I aim for. That's what I'm aiming for. If I was aiming for that, then I could have reacted in a different manner. But I'm not aiming for that. I am aiming to change people's lives, like the younger generation. I'm aiming to make people relate. So often we get into so many issues that people never speak about and our parents never tell us about. But when you find out that somebody else goes through that, somebody else acknowledges that, you have the power to carry on. You have the power to stand up, to keep on trying. As for me, pressure, I just remain me, just being you. I have a certain goal, in the sense that I create stuff that I'm going to do this. My year is going to be like this. And once I declare that, even if people would love to enjoy every weekend, would love to go clubbing, come and tell me that they need me at the club, I told them that I have something already planned on my schedule and I can't change it, because that's what I want. I've planned things down. And pressure from people, I don't see any pressure from people around my age, because I think I matured way too early. You know, when I see my peers now, they still have that behavior, the fast forward behavior, that when the way they talk with the way I talk, it's different. The way they react with the way I react, it's way different. Because I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff. So the way my peers behave, you know, you'd see, this is a behavior of a person who's spoiled. I wasn't spoiled. I grew up in a different environment whereby fees was a struggle. I had to work. I had to sell my books to get some fees. You know, I really watched my mom struggle at some point. So I can't be really going out and having fun with somebody who's got everything in the house. I've managed to discern. I've managed to put myself in a standard that I know that this is my standard. I can't be wearing an expensive clothing when I don't have money. I can't be competing with people who have everything when I don't have everything. So that's how I manage pressure. I know who I am. If my circle, if the time that I'm in doesn't allow me to do certain things that other people are doing, then that's okay. I need to work hard so that I'll be able to do that, and my kids will be able to do that. But neither, we need to be humble. No matter if we get anything or if we don't, we need to stay humble, because what the Lord has given you, He can also take.
This is quite fun and interesting. Well, now I'm very curious. Do you have a boyfriend? Um, and do you actually talk about relationships topics with your mom, or maybe with your siblings? Do you have that kind of relationship where you have to discuss about your relationship, your love relationship to be?
That's a very interesting one. Yes, I do have a boyfriend. That my mom knows that okay. That my mom knows, and he also knows my mom. So yeah, he's known. He's known. I do have him.
Wow, that's interesting one. And I think your mom is, I think she is a modern parent, not African parent. And I think it's really good to have a supportive mom. I applaud you for this. So, have you ever been depressed? How do you handle anxiety, stress, and disappointments? How do you handle those? Like, I know sometimes, like, when you want to launch something like your book or whatever that you want to do, and then maybe someone promised you, could say, you know what, I'm going to provide all the water, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then at the end of the day, that person failed to deliver. How do you handle that kind of situation? How do you deal with that? And have you ever been depressed before?
Yes, I've been depressed quite a number of times, quite a lot of times. And you know how I manage my depression is through writing. So I write to freshen up, to relieve myself. Writing, I do pray as well, so that you know the spirits that come up with depression and stuff. So the way I handle depression is through writing. Let me say through art. Um, yeah, when doing an event, from what I know, as if you just believe in yourself, everything will work out. And if you believe in God, everything will work out together for your good. I've had quite a lot of, let me say, I've had quite a lot of times whereby um I'm stressed, maybe because of planning the launch. But you know, I tell myself that I shouldn't be stressed. When I'm stressed, I go to someone, maybe who's also stressed, or maybe who's not, and speak life, speak the best, tell them words that uplift them. And then I just see myself being uplifted as well. And I also read scriptures that are along those lines that help me go up as well. Disappointments, yes, I've had people be like, I'll help you, and last minute they just go down. But I would never like have a hard heart for them. I know some people just, it's bound to happen. That's bound to happen. Disappointments are there to happen. But then, no matter how disappointment I am, I know that I'm gonna get that goal. I'm gonna get everything that I need. I may not get it from the person who disappointed me, but from someone else. It will always come to me. So yeah, disappointments do happen, and we really need to forgive those people who would have volunteered to do what they can't do.
And then again, when you are 19 and you tell people that you have been depressed, they'll be like, what do you know about depression? You know how people they can behave. They'll be like, what do you know about depression? Like, you see. But I think it's high time people take depression very serious, because it's actually something serious. It's high time people take mental health very serious, because anyone can be depressed. You can be going to work, have everything that you want, life and stuff. But it's still, you can still be depressed. So I think a lot of people need to be educated on this one.
People should understand that we all have highs and lows. We have much stresses that they differ. Even an ECD is stressed about how to write their name. There's stressed that there's so many scenarios whereby you get so much pressure and you don't know how to handle it. You get depressed. So basically, we need to learn that we're all humans and we're living in a very, very tough world. It's way too tough. So yeah, they just need to understand. And sometimes if you tell someone and they're not in for it, you need to open it up to someone who understands it than telling someone who doesn't understand it because they've never been there.
Yes, it's very true. I always tell people that everyone is going through some stuff. Everyone that you meet is also going, like, you might be thinking, hey, people, they don't understand. I'm going through chakat, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. But the next person is also going through some stuff. Everyone is going through some stuff. So it's not about like you are very young, like you don't have bills, because that's what people they consider. They say, but you don't have bills, you don't have rent, you don't have school fees. Then how come you're depressed? But it's not even about that. Maybe you're just depressed about maybe whatsoever. I like the fact that you said you prayed to God to show you your gift, to know your purpose rather. This is quite impressive because a lot of us, especially this young generation or us youth, we just feel like prayer is just to pray. Maybe we just say, this one Wanokuru, of which us youth we need prayers more than Wanokuru because Wanokuru they already laid their foundation. But as youth, we are the foundation and we have to pray. You have to know your purpose as a youth and you have to stay in your lane for things to work out. A lot of people, they try a lot of things because they don't know their purpose. They don't know what they are supposed to do in life. So, yeah, wow, I'm glad and I'm actually challenged. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's so true. We get different sets of challenges. And yeah, we need to pray. We need to pray and work at the same time because faith without works is nothing. So we need to lay a foundation whereby we pray and we also work. So that's how we do it. We need to plant seeds through prayer and our works. So you're welcome.
Let's get more into what you do and your passion for writing. When did you discover your talent and how was the journey for you? Like, rather, how is the journey so far?
I did achieve this in a sense where I didn't even know I was achieving all this because I've been writing since I was so young. I used to keep my journals. So it's kind of, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's kind of a miracle or something. I just had to discover it in the right time when I prayed for God to reveal my gift, of which I didn't know I did have the gift long back and I was using it, but I wasn't helping people with it. Now people can relate with my work, they can get motivation, etc. So I just achieved it when I wasn't even sure that I was doing something that I would one day speak about. So yes, I've gotten awards here and there. Whenever I enter poetry competitions, some wins, and I'm really grateful for that. In terms of writing, I don't know who inspired me, but I've been like writing since at a very young age. I know one person who writes a lot is my mom, so maybe that's where I got my writing genes from. And in terms of inspiration, I'm inspired by someone who's not into the writing industry, but she's a senior. She's Tatiana Manoas. She's so young and she inspires me a lot. I pick up some of her things, some of her behaviors from her. And in terms of writing, the people like Ian Vincent, who wrote a book titled Yesterday I Cried. It's really therapeutic and depressing, but I love that book. And I'm also inspired by Joyce Meyer, who wrote the book Never Give Up, which is something that's the greatest too, like being told not to give up, and she explains everything. I do have a role model, and that's Tatiana Manoas. Though she's not a poetry writer, she's a music writer. She sings, she plays instruments. Her age, whatever she does, really inspires me, and just makes me want to have her as a role model. Yeah, I think one should have a role model so that they can see which path to choose and what to take away from that person.
From what you know about enlightening the youth or what you have had so far, do you think it's helping the youth or the society? Do you think it's helpful, the idea? Do you think it's really helpful? And did you learn something, or maybe something that you have learned from enlightening the youth? Can you please share with us?
From what I know from enlightening the youth, I do think it's helpful. You know what? You might be doing something and people might not be telling you that you're changing them etc stuff. They are there waiting. You know, when you post, there's somebody who makes sure that they see your post so that they can be able to understand, to hear, etc. So you're really doing a great job by capturing the youth, by inviting the other youth who are doing a lot of stuff to speak to us. It's really great. Whereby we have other people from different sectors talking to us, giving us hope, you know. So I really appreciate the fact that we're given hope when you invite another guest to come and speak to us in the Enlightened Youth Group. And you post on Instagram, I've seen them. So yeah, I've really gotten some hope, some motivation. Maybe sometimes I'm so down. I meet your posts by Instagram. I'm like, yo, yeah. So we can do this, etc. You know. So it is really helpful. That's really helpful. I do follow up sometimes in the group and I see what people are discussing about. It gives us knowledge in different topics.
So, Marco, any last words, any advice to the youth or to the Ama2k generation? Can you please speak to your generation? Speak to your Ama2k in advice that you would want to give them. And also, where can we get your books? Where can we find them online? Or maybe any address that you can give us? And how much are they as well? And also, if you can give us your social media handles so that when people want to get in touch with you, they can get in touch with you. So I'm leaving this time to you. Speak to your generation.
Advice that I could give is that believe in yourself, be yourself, know what you want, know who you are, and above all, have faith in God and pray because God works on somewhere there's a plan already. Like it said in Proverbs 16, verse 9, a man makes his plan, right? And the Lord directs him. So you have to have a plan, and the Lord will direct your steps. So basically, is that you also commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established, which is said in Proverbs 16, verse 3. So basically, you need to work, do the work that you can to the best of your ability, and leave everything for the Lord. He will help you. He will strengthen you, which is said in Isaiah 29, verse 11. um just be yourself and connect with other people, with like-minded people. Know what you want. Be the best version of yourself. Stay in your lane. Keep growing. Don't mind what people are doing or saying. As long as you're doing the right thing, keep on doing it. Don't lose hope. There's still hope. Even when you've been broken, when people have done so much garbage in your face at you, you can always start over. You can always start over. And by the way, my books are going for $10 each, both the new one and the old one, which the old one is on Amazon, available on paperback as well as a soft copy, $10. I also do deliveries if somebody asks for the book in my inboxes. My social media handle for Instagram is all small letters, Makomboro System now. For Twitter, it's now Makomborero. For Facebook, it's Christy now. YouTube, Makomborero. TikTok, Makomborero now. So I'm sure that's all. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much, Marco. It was a pleasure, a great pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I personally, I have learned a lot. Like we should always pray to God and have faith in God. We should believe in ourselves. I always say this to people, like just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. You have to do the right thing for yourself and for God as well. And I like the fact that you mentioned that we should always pray to God for us to know our purpose. You have to know your purpose. You have to know what you're supposed to do because God just didn't create us for nothing, just to eat and sleep, but He created us for a reason. We all have our own purpose. Like I was reading the Bible in the book of Acts the other day, it was saying, separate me, Barnabas and Silas, for the work that I have put for them, right? So it actually means that God can separate us from the world for His work. So it is our duty to find out what we are supposed to do. Thank you so much. I actually learned a lot and it was really a great interview and it was really funny. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best in everything that you do. And thank you guys for always supporting our show. Thank you so much for supporting Enlightening the Youth. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. It's Enlightening the Youth. Thank you so much. For me and the team behind the scenes, it's a goodbye. Until next time, same place.